Real estate is very local. What's going on in Austin, Texas or Boise, Idaho doesn't mean the same thing as going on here in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. So today, not only are we going to talk super hyper local here about the real estate market in Steamboat Springs, we've also noticed some distinct trends going on, and we'll compare that to some national trends.
So two of those local trends that we've noticed are the short-term nightly rental regulations that have recently happened and the current improvements for the base area.
Hi, I'm Charlie Dresden.
And I'm Travis Crook.
And you are about to witness the fall colors of Steamboat Springs and a market update. According to the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller 20 City Home Price Index, home prices dropped 0.8% in July, the sharpest monthly decline since 2012. The declines that have occurred in many markets reflect the mortgage rates in the 5 to 6% range, and mortgage rates are now well above 6%. The increased sensitivity to interest rates suggests home buying will pull back even further. That is true for Steamboat. We are seeing a slowdown, but with record low inventories and a pretty good demand, we're not necessarily seeing prices drop.
Yeah, in our last video, see up here for the link, we talked about how we are seeing the majority of the price reductions that are going on right now are from properties that were overpriced to begin with.
Keeping that in mind, we now look for home prices to register year-over-year declines in 2023. With the national median existing single-family home price expected to fall 5.5% during the year. We note there is likely to be significant regional variations. Yep, and one of those variations is playing out here in Steamboat Springs. Last month, our City Council passed our new short-term rental regulations. These new regulations limit the amount of properties that are allowed to rent nightly. Here's a quick look at the map. As you can see from the zones, the red areas are areas that nightly rentals are highly restricted. The yellow areas have limited restrictions, and the green areas are basically open for all nightly rentals. What this has done is increase the amount of interest in green zone properties or nightly rental properties. Thus, the green zone is appreciating a little bit faster than the yellow or red zone properties that are remaining relatively flat or slightly less than nightly rental properties.
With all the ski area improvements, Steamboat is becoming more appealing for those who are looking to vacation here and own a ski area property while at the same time offsetting their mortgage with nightly rentals. Thus, even though we're in a typical shoulder or off-season period, we're still seeing good activity with ski area properties. Those nightly rentals are selling for between $750 and $1,200 a square foot.
We believe this has a lot to do with, well, the ski area improvements, the Icon Pass, and the newly nightly rental regulations making the green zone properties just that much more valuable. Markets where home prices shot the highest are now vulnerable to disproportionate swings to the downside. Notably, in previously white-hot markets in the Mountain West, which saw an influx of remote workers at the onset of the pandemic. Home prices in desirable locations with comparatively tighter supply are likely to hold up much better. Okay, Steamboat's a pretty desirable place. You know, in Steamboat Springs, our absorption rate or months of inventory is roughly 3 months, which is still relatively low.
It's still a seller's market, so we continue to have a tighter supply of inventory, and thus, in theory, prices should hold up much better.
If our forecast for Fed rate cuts is realized, mortgage rates are likely to fall slightly just as cooling inflation pressures boost real income growth. A modest improvement in sales activity should then follow, which will reignite home price appreciation headed into 2024.
National trends are expecting to have median home values fall about 5.5% during the year. In Steamboat, on a hyper-local level, we're not really seeing that happen. We are seeing a few asking prices correct, but we're not necessarily seeing values across the board going down.
If anything, prices will probably remain relatively flat or trending slightly up here in Steamboat. However, green zone properties or nightly rental properties continue to see prices go up. We believe that these hyper-local trends are due to, well, the nightly rental regulations and, of course, the ski area improvements. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Charlie Dresden.
And I'm Travis Crook.
If you have any questions about real estate here in Steamboat or the ski area improvements, please feel free to give us a call. Our numbers are below. Thanks again.